Chapter 690, Fight for Earth Day. Happy Earth Day 2019 everyone. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. It was the final day of our Earth Week project. It was April 22nd, 2019 aka Earth Day, and it was the day we give appreciation to the very planet we call home, planet Earth. We were picking up garbage and getting ready for the announcement of the trophy. Lincoln. Happy Earth Day, Earth. Earth. Thanks Linky. Lily picked up garbage and she threw some bottles into a bin. Then Gaia appeared. Gaia. Team Loud Phoenix Storm and Plain Tears. Me. What's wrong Lady Gaia? Gaia. 4 new villains appeared and they are wreaking havoc in the crater that was once Springfield. Me. Do you know who they are? Gaia. They call themselves the Fossil Fuel 4. Bart, the Fossil Fuel 4? The team of bad guys that killed Radioactive Man? Me. Sounds like these guys are really bad news Bart. Bart, they are. Stewie, what can you tell us about them Bart? Bart, well first there's Old King Cole. He's a man made entirely out of coal based on the old nursery rhyme Old King Cole. He fires coal from his scepter. Next is Petroleus Rex. He's a dinosaur that was once a skilled scientist named Rex Bernstein. Next is French femme fatale Charcoal Briquette and she shoots fire from the grill on her head. And lastly is the Fracker. He blasts out polluted water from a pipe he uses. Me? Wow. Boy, these guys sound like they are really bad news. We're on our way Lady Gaia. Team Loud Phoenix Storm, let's fly. We set out for the Springfield radioactive crater. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Springfield radioactive crater, Oregon. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived and we saw Radioactive Man facing the Fossil Fuel 4. Bart was flying and he was in his superhero alter ego, Bartman. Me? Whoa. So these are the executioners of Radioactive Man. And that guy in the red must be Radioactive Man. Bartman, that's him JD. He's one of the most awesome superheroes ever. Let's go. We went at them and punched the Fossil Fuel 4 in their faces and sent them crashing into the ground. Me. Thought you could use some help Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man, nice to finally meet you, JD. Me. You too. Nico. Fossil Fuel 4. You have failed this city. Me. These guys are the ones that are going to kill you Radioactive Man. Bartman. It says so in this comic I got before we destroyed Springfield. Bartman showed him the comic he got, The Death of Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man, you all arrived just in time. If you hadn't I would have died. Me? Yet. But let's take these freaks down. No more fossil fuels will be used to poison the atmosphere. Nico, you losers give the Fantastic Four a really bad name. Me? Let's get them. We went at them. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Battle 1. Old King Cole. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Stewie was facing Old King Cole. The monster that embodies the fossil fuel of coal. Coal is a combustible black or brownish black sedimentary rock, formed as rock strata called coal seams. Coal is mostly carbon with variable amounts of other elements, chiefly hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen, and nitrogen. Coal is formed if dead plant matter decays into peat and over millions of years the heat and pressure of deep burial converts the peat into coal. Vast deposits of coal originates in former wetlands called coal forests that covered much of the Earth's tropical land areas during the late Carboniferous, Pennsylvanian, and Permian times. As a fossil fuel burned for heat, coal supplies about a quarter of the world's primary energy and 2/5 of its electricity. Some iron and steel making and other industrial processes burn coal. The extraction and use of coal causes many premature deaths and much illness. Coal damages the environment, including by climate change as it is the largest anthropogenic source of carbon dioxide, 14 GT in 2016, which is 40% of the total fossil fuel emissions. As part of the worldwide energy transition, many countries have stopped using or use less coal. The largest consumer and importer of coal is China. China mines account for almost half the world's coal, followed by India with about a tenth. Australia accounts for about a third of world coal exports, followed by Indonesia and Russia. For over 370 million years coal has been in the ground, and we've been using coal for as long as anyone can remember. But we're also poisoning the atmosphere with it. Stewie dodged a blast of coal fired from Old King Coal. Stewie, in his head, if I can ignite the coal when it's near him, I might be able to damage him. Stewie dodged another blast and got close and fired a blast of fire from his ray gun, and it ignited him and completely incinerated him. Stewie, this planet is gonna be clean and coal-free whether you like it or not, you bastard. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Battle 2, Petroleus Rex. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Bowser Jr. was facing Petroleus Rex, the monster that embodies the fossil fuel of gasoline and petroleum fuel. Gasoline, petrol, British English, or gas, American English, is a colorless petroleum-derived flammable liquid that is used primarily as a fuel in spark-ignited internal combustion engines. It consists mostly of organic compounds obtained by the fractional distillation of petroleum, enhanced with a variety of additives. On average, a 42 U.S. gallon, 160-liter, barrel of crude oil yields about 19 U.S. gallons, 72 liters, of gasoline after processing in an oil refinery, though this varies based on the crude oil assay. The characteristic of a particular gasoline blend to resist igniting too early, which causes knocking and reduces efficiency in reciprocating engines, is measured by its octane rating. Gasoline is produced in several grades of octane rating. Tetraethyl lead and other lead compounds are no longer used in most areas to increase octane rating, still used in aviation and auto racing. Other chemicals are frequently added to gasoline to improve chemical stability and performance characteristics, control corrosiveness, and provide fuel system cleaning. Gasoline may contain oxygen-containing chemicals such as ethanol, MTBE, or ETBE to improve combustion. Gasoline used in internal combustion engines can have significant effects on the local environment, and is also a contributor to global human carbon dioxide emissions. Gasoline can also enter the environment uncombusted, both as liquid and as vapor, from leakage and handling during production, transport and delivery, e.g., from storage tanks, from spills, etc. As an example of efforts to control such leakage, many underground storage tanks are required to have extensive measures in place to detect and prevent such leaks. Gasoline contains benzene and other known carcinogens. Petroleus Rex fired a stream of gasoline at Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr., you know what the bad thing about gasoline is? Petroleus Rex, no. What? Bowser Jr., it's easily flammable. Breathes fire onto the gasoline. Firestar, G1, let's blast this freak with our combo. Killer Frost, you got it, Firestar. Killer Frost fired a blast of ice and snow, and Firestar fired a massive laser blast. Firestar, G1, and Killer Frost, Fiery's Death Blast. The blasts combined and they hit Petroleus Rex and he exploded, was burning. Killer Frost, time to finish him, land military mini-cons. Bone Crusher, Mini-con, you got it, Louise. Bone Crusher the missile truck, fired a missile. Knock out the armored personnel carrier, fired his blast cannon. Wreckage the twin missile tank, fired his twin missiles. Killer Frost fired a massive blast of snow and ice. Killer Frost and the land military mini-con team, Ice's hard missile destroyer. The ice shards and missiles blew him to pieces and he was incinerated. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Battle 3, Charcoal Briquette. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Lisa, Inc., and Lori were facing the French femme fatale, Charcoal Briquette. She embodies charcoal briquettes used for cooking. Charcoal briquettes sold for cooking food can include wood charcoal, fuel. Lignite coal, fuel. Anthracite coal, fuel. Limestone, ash colorant. Starch, binder. Borax, release agent. Sodium nitrate, accelerant. Sawdust. Wax, some brands, binder, accelerant, ignition facilitator. Chaff, rice chaff and peanut chaff. Some briquettes are compressed and dried brown coal extruded into hard blocks. This is a common technique for low-rank coals. They are typically dried to 12 to 18% moisture, and are primarily used in household and industry. Lori, you literally disgust me. I can't believe that you would use hickory charcoal to destroy. Charcoal briquette, French accent, you are no better, my little American sass mouth. Lisa threw a chemical bomb at charcoal briquette and it exploded into fire and she kicked her in the face. Ink. Fires ink at charcoal briquette, hope this cools you off. But charcoal briquette dodged it. Lori, let's see how you survive this deadly gas. Lori grunted hard and out came an explosive fart and it hit charcoal briquette square in the face and her fire ignited the fart and it exploded and she was incinerated. Ink. That was very clever, Lori. Lisa, indeed firstborn eldest sibling. Your flatulence problem may prove to be a very good weapon when the situation calls for it. Lori, thanks Lisa. It just literally might. Ink. But you did great. Lori, thanks Ink. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Battle for the fracker. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Me, Rubber Band Man, Nay, Lily, Venom, Nay, Layla, Nico and Radioactive Man were facing the enemy of all drinking water everywhere, the fracker. Hydraulic fracturing, also fracking, fracking, hydrofracturing, or hydrofracking, is a well stimulation technique in which rock is fractured by a pressurized liquid. The process involves the high-pressure injection of fracking fluid, primarily water, containing sand, or other prop pants suspended with the aid of thickening agents, into a wellbore to create cracks in the deep rock formations through which natural gas, petroleum, and brine will flow more freely. When the hydraulic pressure is removed from the well, small grains of hydraulic fracturing prop pants, either sand or aluminium oxide, hold the fractures open. Hydraulic fracturing began as an experiment in 1947, and the first commercially successful application followed in 1950. As of 2012, 2.5 million frac jobs had been performed worldwide on oil and gas wells, over 1 million of those within the US. Such treatment is generally necessary to achieve adequate flow rates in shale gas, tight oil, and coal seam gas wells. Some hydraulic fractures can form naturally in certain veins or dikes. Hydraulic fracturing is highly controversial in many countries. Its proponents advocate the economic benefits of more extensively accessible hydrocarbons 6-7 as well as replacing coal with gas, which is cleaner and emits less carbon dioxide, CO2. Opponents argue that these are outweighed by the potential environmental impacts, which include risks of ground and surface water contamination, air and noise pollution, and the triggering of earthquakes, along with the consequential hazards to public health and the environment. Methane leakage is also a problem directly associated with hydraulic fracturing, as the Environmental Defense Fund, EDF, report in the U.S. highlights, where the leakage rate in Pennsylvania during extensive testing and analysis was found to be approximately 10%, or over 5 times the reported figures. This leakage rate is considered representative of the hydraulic fracturing industry in the U.S. generally. The EDF have recently announced a satellite mission to further locate and measure methane emissions. Increases in seismic activity following hydraulic fracturing along dormant or previously unknown faults are sometimes caused by the deep injection disposal of hydraulic fracturing flowback, a byproduct of hydraulically fractured wells, and produced formation brine, a byproduct of both fractured and non-fractured oil and gas wells. For these reasons, hydraulic fracturing is under international scrutiny, restricted in some countries, and banned altogether in others. The European Union is drafting regulations that would permit the controlled application of hydraulic fracturing. The fracker slammed his pipe into the ground and pulled a valve and the flaming fracking fluid came at us and we dodged it. Rubber Band Man avoids frackers' polluted water. I'm not surprised if some of that water came from the sewers. Me. Hey Fracker, don't you realize that your method of energy is dangerous? Fracker, studies show I'm America's best hope for energy independence. Laughs. Me, that is absolute bullshit. Radioactive man, those studies were industry financed. Fracker fired a blast of flammable water at radioactive man and I fired a tremendous blast of fire at the water and it ignited it. Fracker, you lie. Me, he's not lying. And you've poisoned our water for far too long, you natural gas fuck. The fire went into the pipe and blew it completely apart. Me, let's finish this freak. Rubber band man punched Fracker with a huge fist and sent him flying. Tna fired a rainbow prism blast and burned him and Layla fired a blast of water and drenched him. Lily fired a blast of glowing water and it drenched him and radioactive man fired a blast of radiation at Fracker and burned him. Lincoln, time to call in the Special Forces Luna. Luna, you got it bro. Luna and Lincoln put on brown rings with the letter R on them. Luna and Lincoln, it's ripping time. They formed a portal and out came the ripping friends. Crag, hey Luna. We haven't seen you all in a while. Luna, we've been very busy saving the world. We're facing him. Points to the fracker. Lincoln, he's trying to poison our water supply with fracking. Chunk, whoa, you can't say that here. Rib, shut up you dumb head. Crag, fracking is really hydraulic drilling. We'll gladly help out. Come on fellas. Crag, Chunk, Rib, Slap, Luna and Lincoln, echoing, it's ripping time. They slammed their rings together and got a massive power increase. They went at the fracker and mercilessly pulverized him into pulp. Crag punched him in the stomach and Slab punched him in the face and stomach and Rip got on his shoulders and got him in a nasty bone-crushing neck hold. Chunk punched Fracker in the leg and broke it with the brute force of his strength. Luna grabbed the Fracker's tongue and bit it with a major lead chomp that bit his tongue off and blood was pouring out of his mouth. Lincoln fired a blast of lightning and electrocuted him. Firestar, G1, let's get him with our combo. Nita, Brother Bear, let's get him Firestar. Nita turned into a grizzly bear and Firestar fired a laser blast. Firestar and Nita, flaming grizzly laser strike. The lasers merged with Nita and she slashed the fracker and he was burned and had a nasty wound. Bartman punched the fracker in the face and kicked him right where the sun doesn't shine with devastating force. Me, final smash time. Radioactive man, I'll start us off. Gamma ray energy. Radioactive man fired a blast of radiation and it hit the fracker and blew a hole in his chest. Ink, my turn. Ink scythe slash. Ink formed her arm into a scythe blade and slashed his black heart. Crag, shall we do a final smash JD? Me, go for it Crag. Crag, let's get him fellas. Crag, Chunk, Rip, Slab, Luna and Lincoln, ripping friends just as punch. Luna, Lincoln, and the ripping friends jumped into the air and their fists glowed in colored energy and they flew at the fracker and they hit him was knocked down. Me, oh that was awesome. Venom picked him up. Venom, eyes, lungs, pancreas. So many snacks so little time. Venom ate the fracker. Me, that was great Venom. But then we got an unexpected surprise. A Heartless appeared. It was flying really fast and it was almost too hard to keep up with it. The Heartless that just appeared looked like a bat made out of metal. Jade, Shiwu. Steel Wing Sky Terror, grins evilly hello, Jade. Did you miss me? Jade, you have a lot of nerve coming back here Shiwu. Bisley, we encountered the rest of our siblings brother. Jackie, grab Steel Wing Sky Terror by the throat. You think it's funny to play with Jade's feelings. She trusted you. And you manipulated her. Steel Wing Sky Terror, it probably wouldn't have happened if you had just given me my tail in the first place. Jade, Uncle Jackie, let me handle this. I got a score to settle with this freak. Me, here Jade. You will need these then. I took off my talisman belt and gave it to Jade. Jade took my belt. Jade, thanks JD. Jade put on the belt and she was ready. Jade spread her wings and flew at him and punched the steel-winged Sky Terror in the face and kicked him in the stomach. She fired a blast of fire energy from her hand and she fired lasers from her eyes. They hit the steel-winged Sky Terror and exploded. Kraboom. Jade punched him in the face some more and kicked him into the air. She flew up to him and dealt him a spinning axe kick and sent him flying to the ground. Jade, no one messes with my family. Jade fired a powerful energy blast at him and it hit him and exploded with incredible power. Crab The power of the explosion was so powerful and so devastating that it destroyed the crater and blew the area apart. The crater filled up with water from the ocean and the steel-winged Sky Terror was floating in the water. Jade casted a powerful magic spell that turned Shiwu into a statue. Me, just like his brothers and sister. Jade, yep. Me, you did really well Jade. Well done. Jade, thanks JD. Thor, me and Hulk actually have fought a villain that also goes by the name of Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man, well, I can assure you. I am not related to that villain in any way. Thor, well that's a relief. Me, let's head home. During the battle Nico caught an Ursaring and a Sneasel. Radioactive Man, to the viewers, never mess with the power of clean and safe energy or you will be asking for trouble. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We were back home and at Gotham Royal York Central Park we were having the award ceremony. Mrs. Johnson was hosting. Mrs. Johnson, good evening everyone. Today is Earth Day as you all know and we have a very special award ceremony for you all. Over the course of the last 8 days from April 15th to today we have had a magnificent project done by our very own class and we have had a tremendous amount of progress done. Our class has not only done recycling and gathering up all the materials used for recycling but also spread out all over the planet and helped clean up the pollution and cleaned up the oceans and destroyed the villains that were destroying the entire ecosystem. So without further ado I present the Earth Day Greatest Recycler Trophy to JD. Knudsen, Lincoln and Laney Loud and Clyde McBride. Everyone cheered and I held the trophy. Me, thank you all so much. It's an honor to be given this trophy. Lincoln, we couldn't have gotten this trophy if it weren't for the support of everyone we helped out all over the world. Laney, and thank you to everyone in our family and to our friends, neighbors, and everyone who helped us. And I have something else too. On the stage was the founder, President and CEO of the United Nations Environment Programme, Inger Anderson. The United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, an agency of the United Nations, coordinates the organization's environmental activities and assists developing countries in implementing environmentally sound policies and practices. It was founded by Maurice Strong, its first director, as a result of the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment, Stockholm Conference, in June 1972 and has overall responsibility for environmental problems among United Nations agencies. However, international talks on specialized issues, such as addressing climate change or combating desertification, are overseen by other UN organizations, like the Bonn-based Secretariat of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. UNEP's activities cover a wide range of issues regarding the atmosphere, marine and terrestrial ecosystems, environmental governance, and green economy. It has played a significant role in developing international environmental conventions, promoting environmental science and information and illustrating the way those can be implemented in conjunction with policy, working on the development and implementation of policy with national governments, regional institutions in conjunction with environmental non-governmental organizations, NGOs. UNEP has also been active in funding and implementing environment-related development projects. UNEP frequently uses the alternative name UN Environment. UN Environment has aided in the formulation of guidelines and treaties on issues such as the international trade in potentially harmful chemicals, transboundary air pollution, and contamination of international waterways. Relevant documents, including scientific papers, are available via the UNEP document repository. The World Meteorological Organization and UN Environment established the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, in 1988. UN Environment is also one of several implementing agencies for the Global Environment Facility, GEF, and the Multilateral Fund for the Implementation of the Montreal Protocol, and it is also a member of the United Nations Development Group. The International Cyanide Management Code, a program of best practice for the chemicals used at gold mining operations, was developed under UN Environment's aegis. Me, Ms. Anderson of the UNEP. It's truly an honor. Inger, you too JD. And I have something for you all. A secretary had a pillow with gold medals that had the planet Earth on them and the outside looked like the sun. Inger, we got word of all your recent activities that you all were doing all over the planet and in dealing with those ruffians that have been destroying our planet and all the good deeds that you've done to help further eliminate all the harmful effects being inflicted to our planet. So on behalf of the United Nations Environment Program as founder and president, I am pleased to present you with our highest honor, the Earth Environment Hero Medal. For going above and beyond the call of duty to help save our planet. Everyone cheered and we had the medals placed around our necks and we were praised as heroes of the planet Earth. And planet Earth was fully on its way to a strong recovery to what it was before all the pollution started. Teresa, kisses Francis. Happy Earth Day, Francis. Francis, you too babe. Me, I would like to close this awesome Earth Day with a song. The song opened with Swahili chanting and the sun rose in the background. Me, singing divinely. From the day we arrive on the planet. And blinking, step into the sun. There's more to see than can ever be seen. More to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here. More to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of life. And it moves us all. Through despair and hope. Through faith and love. Till we find our place. On the path unwinding. In the circle. The circle of life. It's the circle of life. And it moves us all. Through despair and hope. Through faith and love. Till we find our place. On the path unwinding. In the circle. The circle of life. Everyone saw the beauty and majesty of our planet and the creatures and all of life that live on the planet we call our home. When the song was done, everyone from all over the city cheered wildly. Me, thank you. Mrs. Johnson, great song JD. Me, thanks Mrs. Johnson. It was so awesome doing the Earth Week project with all of you. Mrs. Johnson, I'm glad you all had fun. Lincoln, we sure did. Me, happy Earth Day everyone. Everyone, happy Earth Day JD. We put the trophy and the medals in our trophy case and we were so proud of what we did for our planet. But we weren't gonna brag about it. Thank you Team Loud Phoenix Storm. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction and saga complete. The Earth Week saga is complete. The fossil fuel 4 on The Simpsons were the strangest villains I've ever seen on the show. They showed in 2014's season and it was cool. But in all honesty, I didn't know what to think when they killed Radioactive Man. I wanted to finish this saga with a bang by having us fight the greatest supervillains that killed Radioactive Man on The Simpsons, and I knew that this would finish the saga with a bang. Not only that, but I hate comic book guy on The Simpsons. They didn't call him one of the biggest jerks in the history of all animation for nothing. Now that Springfield has been blown up, we can care less about him. But now we have the assistance of Radioactive Man from The Simpsons. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man, as usual. I had to do this chapter today because I'm hanging out with my friends tomorrow. We were supposed to do this chapter tomorrow, but there was a change of plans. But next is gonna be one of the most grueling battles in the history of the entire universe. We're going to face the ultimate Transformer, the Transformer Devil himself, Unicron. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. Captain Planet and the Planeteers is owned by Hanna-Barbera and Cartoon Network. Xyland Showdown elements are owned by Christy Wooey and Cartoon Network.